Alrighty, here we are. This is September 21st, 2012. We just put together our brick kiln for forging metal and hardening metal, and we're giving it our actual trial run right now. Go ahead and turn that off for a second, Nick. We'll turn off the blower and it'll settle back down a little bit, but we're using wood right now just to kind of season it. But what we have is a pipe. No, turn on a second because that helps light it.
You want to?
Yeah, just keep it like that. We have this pipe here that feeds into this, goes over here and can hook up to any blowing apparatus. Right now we stole a hairdryer from my wife. And then the pipe comes in here and there's perforations in it. And we're going to see how this brick holds up here. This brick is... it's glazed, so I'm thinking it's been kiln dried and it might be able to withstand this heat. But we're going to do some fun forging and stuff. So go ahead and turn it back on there. You can see when that air starts coming, it'll really gas up on us here. You can hear and see the difference.
I'm going to turn it off real quick.
No, okay, that's okay. So anyhow, that's video one. Tomorrow in the daylight I'll show a little more detail of this. And we're going to pick up some coal and a couple things, and our first project's going to be to heat treat a knife that Nicholas and I made, a machete. And we still got to get some oil for dipping it in, but this is working slick. Alright guys, over and out for tonight. Okay, Nick. Okay.
I just need to cross.
Lift up the smile. Okay. You gonna do more?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Let's take a look. Let me see what you got here.
I just welded the whole thing right there.
Okay. Well. That's good. Okay, I got a half left over here where I started it. You want to come over there? DJ! Yeah, okay, don't let him get free. He's our shop mascot. So anyhow, here's what me and Nick built. This is it's an oil dip tank. It's an old CO2 argon tank I use for MIG welding. So what we did is we made sure it was empty. We cut off the top. That's that. And we welded on these little tabs here. Nick welded on these handles. We welded on some extensions for the legs just to make it a lot more stable, because we're gonna be filling this with oil, and then when we do things in the forge, this will be our tank that we dip them into through the actual hardening process of steel. And we'll be taken from soft, cold rolled steel into hardened steel. What?
Part 3 is next.
Part 4 is next.
Oh.
Okay, here's day 2. We did a little refining here. We're just getting a fire going right now. That's charcoal on there, and we're going to put on some coal, which is in the bag here. And we got our blower working. We added a couple layers to the fire here, to the main pit. And my son Nick and I built this big concrete patio today. Or brick patio. So we got a nice surface to work on, and right now, until I can afford to find an anvil, we're going to use this on this old tree stump. It's a inch-thick piece of steel, so it'll do some of what I need it to do, but certainly not an anvil, but it may help. But we got our fire going. We're going to be back in a minute. I don't think we need any more, Nick. Alrighty, while we're waiting for our fire to get warmed up, I want to show you something else that we made today. This is an old CO2 argon tank that I had from my MIG welder that they said was too old last time I tried to fill it, so they wouldn't fill it anymore. So I just had it sitting around. So this morning I took and emptied it the rest of the way, and I cut it off, and my son and I welded some little tabs in here. We've got this full of motor oil now. This will be our dipping tank. And we took and welded on some handles and just a little cross on the base just to give it a little bit more sturdiness. And this will be our tank for everything we need when we're heat treating, so we can dump it in. And let's take a look here. Our fire is starting to get... This is charcoal. We're going to be putting some coal on it here shortly because the coals here are starting to get finally up to temperature. This is the first thing we're going to try in it. This is a machete that Nick and I made. Let me set it down here. It might be easier to see. We made just out of regular old cold steel. Haven't done a handle for it yet, but I've got it pre-drilled. We've got a pretty good edge on it right now. So basically, this has to be treated and tempered. So tonight we're going to try to heat treat it, and then later on we'll temper it. So that part you do in an oven. So I'm going to kind of get out of there. So anyhow, we've got the blow dryer here working in. Just through some 1.5-inch black steel pipe. Nothing's galvanized. There should be no toxic fumes. We're still not sure 100% how these blocks are going to hold up for the fire. These were some ones we had laying around. They're old. They've been glazed, which to me means they've been treated in a kiln. So usually if something's been in a kiln, it will be able to withstand the temperatures that we would give it here. So, but we will see. If this doesn't work, we'll figure something else out. So anyhow, we beat on the old truck today too. So we're just waiting until this gets up to temperature, and we're going to try to heat up a knife. There's my twerpy kids. That one doesn't have any arms. They fell off a long time ago. Oh, he doesn't have any teeth either. There's the pretty one. There's another pretty one.
That's the ugly one.
There's the muscle boy. He's my slave labor. Over and out. Okay, here's our first project, well underway. As you can see, that knife is definitely getting near where it's ready to dump. I'm going to check it for magnetism here in just a minute. I also have some rods you can see on each side of it. I'm going to be making something out of those, so hang on. Let's see what the magnetism properties are with our magnet. Okay guys, so we got our machete in here, and I think we're probably ready now. I'm going to open our dunk tank, and I'm going to get where I can grab this thing here. I got to just check it for magnetism to see if it's done enough. Pretty sure it is. That was the area. Yep, we're good. Okay, what we're going to do here, we got to stay back when you do this because flames come up. Everybody out of the way? So watch out. And that's how you harden steel. So now this is, it's cooling off in here.
Stir it around.
I am. The steel's starting to boil, or the oil's boiling. Okay. That worked out really well. Look at how the oil bakes right onto the knife. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let this, I'm just going to leave it here for a few to sit and cool a little bit more. And then we'll, I'm going to try to see if I can pound the steel a little bit here. And then we'll bring it in. Oops, let me find my glasses.
Here, I have it. Oh. Say the next phase of the machete.
Oh, after that machete's cooled, we'll clean it off really good, and then we're going to bring it in, and it's going to go into the oven, where it's going to be, we're going to attempt to temper it. Let's see if I can flatten this out anymore now. See how it's flattening it? Now I can weld that onto the handles of the pliers to lengthen it for us. See that? We definitely need some better tools here, mate. That's good, though.
Make it so it's flat. Make it so it's flat, Dad.
Huh?
Make it so it's...
No, I wanted a little curve on it.
Oh.
I'm gonna let that cool right there.
Next one.
Let's see if I can get the next one there. Don't make that spill. Where's it hiding? There it is. Oh, she's hot. Let's see. What's that? Well, the half I want to pound isn't hot. See right there. I don't want to pound this half, so I gotta give it a minute more. Alright, we can go in while this does its thing a little bit more. Doing price stuff.